thank you. Oh, you have cheered me up, you really have. No, I didn't feel like coming out here tonight. I didn't feel like it. I know I'm not going to get it, but I didn't feel... I really didn't feel like it. I mean, I was round the back there, and this guy just came up to me. He said, Mr. Forsyth, he said, every week when it's time for your show, he said, my whole family, we all sit round the television set, and he said, we stay there for the next half hour. I said, well, that's very lovely to know. I said, and just as a matter of interest, I said, what do you do after my television show? He said, oh, then we switch the set on. So what could you... I just walked away and left him, you know, lying there, clutching his horizontal hole. But, nice to see you, And I'm the leader of the pack, which makes me such a lucky jack. And here they are, they're so appealing. OK, dollies, do your dealing. There they are. Oh, girls, I love all the lace. You should have told me. I'd have worn some lace as well. I think lace is definitely here to stay. It's beautiful. It's lovely. Well, we have our cards. All we need now are our players. And there they are. Hello, hello. Are you falling over? Oh, you're on one of the wires? Yes. OK, sorry about that. OK, and it's Charles and Linda?
Mother.
Oh, Mother?
Mother.
Oh, Mother. Not Mather.
No.
Not Mather. Oh, it doesn't matter.
Down the north,
doesn't matter. Where are you from?
Warrington.
From Warrington, I see. And what do you do?
I'm a general maintenance man from Vladimir Vodka, Warrington Distillery.
Vladimir Vodka...
Vladimir Vodka from Warrington.
Yeah, Warrington.
Warrington.
Oh, Warrington.
Warrington.
Yeah. You're welcome. There you are. You're welcome. I see. I see. That's fine. And where do you work, my dear?
I work at Vladimir Vodka too.
Oh, you work at the Vladimir Vodka factory as well?
I do.
Oh, I see. Fine. And what do you do there, Linda?
I'm secretary to the assistant company secretary.
Oh. What's her name? Bloody Mary? Now, tell me, Linda, this is all lovely, also, but is there anything you dislike about him, dear?
Only when he comes to get us undressed at night.
Oh. Lean back a bit, Barbara. Starting to drool. What happens?
He takes all his clothes off
Yes.
and leaves them in a heap on the floor. He could just step in them in the next morning and pull them
What do you mean he jumps about a bit? No, it's all that Vladimir vodka. That's what it is. Is he doing a Russian dance, trying to get... Do you get into bed first?
Yes.
Oh, good, just as well, with all that going on. Anyway, sorry to keep you waiting. Over to John and Anne. I can't see your hand. You see, OK. John and Anne, what is it?
Burgess.
Burgess. And where are you from?
Sidcup.
Oh, Sidcup. Yeah, I see. And what do you do, John?
I'm a bus driver, Bruce.
A bus driver?
Yes.
All right, well, don't tell me where to get off. All right, then. What do you do, Anne?
I'm a typist at the London Chamber of Commerce.
Oh, very good, very good. You know, so how many words a minute?
About 80.
80? Oh, that's fast. Well, don't go too fast for me, dear.
No, I won't.
Otherwise, your carriage will
Can't
return.
keep up with you.
And your bus as well. OK, now tell me, where did you two meet?
It was on a blind date.
A blind date?
His sister, Bonnie, arranged it.
It was Bonnie... Did she instigate you getting married as well?
She played a big part in getting
She did,
together.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think she was just trying to get rid of you, if you ask me. Did you have any children? Have you got any children?
2 children.
What do you call them, Bonnie and Clyde? She sounds a real mix of that, Bonnie. I have to admit that. Tell me, have you got a dislike about John at all, dear?
Only the word might. He's forever using the word might. I might do this, I might do that. And he never does.
Oh. What a shame. And you get you get yourself all up, you know, all sort of all ready, and nothing happens.
And nothing happens.
How frustrating. That's terrible. You're lucky you've only got 2 children. He was probably going to give you 10.
When I do it properly, though.
Oh, yeah, well, I don't know about that. Anyway, let's play the game. All right, then, you cut the cards. You're all nice and relaxed now.
Yes.
Good, fine. Now, the idea of the game is to work your way across the board by predicting whether each of these cards is higher or lower than the preceding one. The first one to turn over the last card correctly will win the game, but you cannot win a game until you've won a question. All of our questions are based on a poll of 100 people. You won the toss, Charles and Linda, so it's you to have first go. But good luck to all and each of every one of you. Here we go. All right, then, first question. We asked 100 old-age pensioners, do you still flirt with members of the opposite sex? How many old-age pensioners said yes, they did still flirt with members of the opposite sex? What do you think about this? Eh?
some rum.
what?
Some
Some
rum
rum
Oldens.
Some rum Oldens?
Oh, what?
Yes. Have you
Yes.
seen a bit of this going on?
Oh, I have too.
Up in your part of the world?
Yes. I think pretty.
Oh, thank you, sir. There's a drunk halfway back. Get rid of it. Don't be influenced by the drunk. I mean, by the man.
I'd say a little bit more.
58.
58?
Yes, go on. I'll agree with that.
58? What do you think, John and Anne, in your part of the world?
Oh,
What do you think?
well, you still flirt, Bruce.
Just a minute, just a minute. What's that?
You still flirt, don't you?
What do you mean? This is my full screen. Yeah, that was a good one. That really was. Bit under the belt, but a good one. That's what we love, people to say what they think. What do you think?
What was the figure? Said?
What was the figure? They said 58. Do you think it's higher than that or lower than that, John?
Lower.
Not lower.
You think it's lower?
A bit lower.
All right, I think it's lower. All right, let's find out. The actual number who did still flirt is 20. So it was definitely much, much lower. The trouble was, of course, they couldn't remember why. That was a shame, wasn't it? So there, it's lower. John and Anne, you have first go into Queen. You don't want to change it?
Lower, Bruce.
Lower than a Queen, you say. A 4. Higher than a 4, you say. An ace. Lower than an ace, you say. A 5.
Go for it.
A 5, you say. Oh, that was such bad luck, John and Anne. I thought it was going to be a quick game. You've got a pre-go there, Charles and Linda. What do you think?
Change it.
You can't,
Oh,
because you
change
didn't
it.
win the question.
Oh, yeah,
Sorry about that. Sorry, but that's the rules.
What do you think?
What do you think?
Lower. Bruce.
Lower than an 8, you say? An 8. Sorry about that, then. There we are, my darling, and a very exciting first part of the show, that. John and Anne, you to answer the next question. Here we go. We asked 100 single women under 25. If a man slipped you his telephone number on the back of a £50 note, would you ring him up? How many single women said yes, if a man slipped them his phone number on the back of a £50 note, they would ring him up?
Be quite high, I think, Bruce.
Be quite high?
£50 a lot of money.
Yeah, I told you, it's cost me a fortune.
Just
And then when they phone, it's always reverse charges. So what do you think? Think of it quite high?
Yeah, I think it'd be higher.
68.
What do you think?
68, yeah. We'll
68,
go for 68. Yeah, we'll go for 68.
Charles and Linda, what do you think about women doing? Eh?
Lower.
I think it's a bit lower.
Think it's low. All right, the actual number who would ring him up is 28. You were way out, and you were very wise to go lower. So you can change that 8
Yes,
this
please.
time. All right, then, Charles, it's... Sorry about that. It's another 8. Now, higher or lower? What do you think?
We went and it was higher.
Lower. Lower than an 8, you say? A 7. Oh. Higher. You're going to go higher than a 7? Oh. Giving you a free go there, John and Anne from the Queen. What do you think? Lower than a Queen, you say an 8. You can freeze if you want to. Up to you.
Go freeze, Bruce.
Gonna freeze. You're probably wise. When you get those middle cards, you've got to go the way you feel, but, you know, sometimes it's safe. Charles and Linda, you to answer the next question. We asked 100 taxidermists. We talk to anybody. If you wrote a do-it-yourself books on taxidermy, do you think it would sell well? How many taxidermists said yes, if they wrote a do-it-yourself book, it would sell well?
Well.
What was that? What do you think?
Oh, dear.
I
No,
don't think it'd do very well.
I'd say low.
Yes.
Say low?
Yeah.
Yes. I wouldn't say very low, but
30.
30?
28.
28.
28.
What about John and Anne there? Would you buy a book on do-it-yourself?
No, they wouldn't buy it in Sidcup.
They wouldn't buy it in Sidcup.
No, they don't like stuffing there, do they? I'll say low.
I'd say lower. Yeah,
You say it's lower. You say it's lower. Right, the actual number who did think a do-it-yourself taxidermy book would sell well is 55. There we are. It wasn't lower, it was your Charles and Linda. You can change that 8
Again.
Change that 8. Oh, that's better. An ace, yeah. Lower than an ace, you say. A 4. Higher than a 4, you say. Lower. You say a 9. They're gonna freeze. Okay, it's sudden death. Sudden death, John and Anne, to answer the questions. Very important to get control of the board. Here we go. We asked 100 Salvation Army girls. If you were stranded in the Alps and you were rescued by a St. Bernard, would you refuse the drink of brandy? How many Sally Army girls said yes, if they were rescued by a St. Bernard, they would refuse the drink of brandy? Now...
About 46.
42. Go a bit lower.
44.
44.
He's got some funny habits, hasn't he? Yes. All right, then. 44, 42.
please.
44, you say?
44.
44. What do you think, Charles and Linda? Higher or lower?
I'd say higher.
What do you bet, Linda?
I'll go with him, then.
Go with him? All right. The actual number who would refuse the drink of brandy is... There we are. It's 56. So you said higher?
Yeah.
And you were right, yes. The rest just wanted the bolio. So Charles and Linda, now you have the chance here. You can either pass or play. You can either change that card and turn over this one correctly to win the game, or force John and Anne from the 8 to turn over all these cards to win the game. Do you want to pass or play? It's up to you.
Change it.
You're going to change your card. Change the 9 to a 4. A good card. Higher. This is for the first game. Higher, you say? Best of 3. Best of 3, so there's all to win and all to lose still. And we're starting game 2 straight away. Charles and Linda, you to answer the first question. Here we go. We asked 100 police women, if you saw a couple getting over amorous in a shop doorway, would you wait until they'd finished before you arrested them? How many police women said yes if they saw a couple getting over amorous in a shop doorway, they would wait until they'd finished before they arrested them?
I'd say it was pretty low.
Pretty low?
Yes.
What, that they'd wait?
They'd wait.
Oh, no, they wouldn't wait.
They wouldn't wait.
No,
They'd go...
straight in.
Straight in, yes?
Straight in.
You're speaking from experience, I feel, Charles. Do you agree with him, Linda?
Oh, I don't know about that. 26.
Less, I'd say.
Less.
I'd
What
say
then?
much less. I'd say 15.
15, all right, 15. John and Anne, what do you think about
How
that?
many said they would wait?
How many said they would wait until they finished and then they go in?
That'd become indecent exposure then, wouldn't it?
I'm definitely going round Sidcup a few.
The last couple I saw was a policeman and a policewoman.
He's having a go at everybody this way. Me? No, it's the police he's having a go at.
No,
What
I
do you
reckon
think?
it's lower than 15.
You don't think it's lower?
Yes, I
You
think
do?
it's lower.
You do think it's lower than 15?
You?
What do you think, John?
Is that what the figure that they've said?
15.
They said 15.
Yeah. They'd tell him to stop right
OK?
away, wouldn't
Yeah.
they?
What do you think?
Lower.
Lower. The actual number who would wait until they finished is 34. So you're wrong. It wasn't lower. Yes, unless it was Juliet. You just say bravo. Right. Charles and Linda, it's you again with your base card, which is a 9. Bit in the middle. What do you think?
Change it.
Change that 9 to a 3. A good higher. Higher. Add a 3. You say an 8. Bit in the middle. What do you want to do? You can freeze. You're going to freeze. You're going to freeze. Thank you, Camilla. That's lovely. OK, next question. John and Anne to answer it. We asked 100 income tax inspectors. When you tell people what to do for a living, do they tend to shy away from you? How many tax inspectors said yes when they told people what they did for a living? They did have a tendency to shy away from them.
Low.
No.
You wouldn't shy away from them?
No.
I want to get to know him, I think.
Yes, you'd like to get... Put a figure on there, Anne and John.
30.
32.
32.
32.
Yes? All right, 32. Do you think...
Shy away.
Do you think they'd shy away? I mean, would you shy away? If somebody, you know, if I said I was a taxi man, would you shy away from me?
No.
No, you wouldn't. OK.
I wouldn't.
There we are.
I'll give it a go.
Lower,
Well, then,
lower.
You think lower? Lower than 32. The actual number who said people did tend to shy away from them is 53, so it wasn't lower. There we are. So there we are. John and Anne, you have a chance now. Your base card is a 10. You can change it if you want to.
Change it, please.
Change the 10 to a king. That's better. There we go. Lower than a king. Oh! Very bad luck indeed. From your 8, you can... What do you think?
We can't change.
No, you can't change it. You asked
Lower.
that before.
I know.
Right. OK, lower than an 8, you say a 7. Higher than a 7. You're going on. A 6. No good at all. The cards are playing up. Charles and Linda, it's you to answer the question. We asked 100 magistrates. Do you instinctively distrust people if their eyes are too close together? How many magistrates said yes, they did have an instinctive distrust of people whose eyes were too close together?
Not many, I wouldn't
Do you
say.
distrust people whose eyes are too close together? Yeah.
No.
No. You're so kind. Yes. I can expect that from him, but not you, Charles. What do you think?
I'd say pretty low.
Pretty low?
Yeah, I don't think that would matter.
It wouldn't
No.
matter.
25... No, 28? What do you think, Linda?
28, yeah.
28? 28?
Yes.
All right then, John and O, would you distrust somebody if their eyes were too close together?
It'll be lower,
I suppose
Bruce.
it depends how big his nose was. What? Yes, you were going to say that, weren't you, Anne? Yes. So what about this then?
I'd say lower.
Yeah,
Lower than 28?
Lower than 20.
Yeah.
Lower than 28. All right, then, the actual number who did distrust people whose eyes were too close together is... Oh, is 11, so it was lower. So there we are, John and Anne, from that king again. You don't want to change it?
Lower.
Lower than the king, you say a 3. And the 3, you say a 6.
Go for it, Anne. Higher,
And the 6, you say a... Oh, you've been so unlucky with the cards, John and Anne. You really have. Another 3 go there. What do you think?
Lower.
Charles and Linda.
Lower.
Lower than an 8, you say. You don't get anything for a pair. Another sudden death. John and Anne, you to answer the question. Very important to get control of the board. Here we go. We asked 100 priests. If your Sunday service were going to be televised, would you expect a larger congregation than usual? Yes. How many priests said yes? If their Sunday service were to be televised, they would expect a larger congregation than usual. A nice quick answer on this.
Quite a big one,
Quite
yeah.
You're quite a big one?
Yeah.
68.
Yeah, about
What do you think?
68.
About 68,
Yeah.
Bruce.
68, you think yes? You think higher? You think higher. OK, the actual number who would expect a larger congregation than usual is 81. You're right to go higher, and that's gospel. Once again, you can force it this time. Charles and Linda, you can either change that 8 but turn over all these correctly to win the game, or force John and Anne from there to turn over every card correctly to win a game. Do you want to pass or play?
Pass.
You're going to pass. OK, John and Anne, it's now up to you. What do you think?
Lower.
Lower, Bruce.
Lower the king, a jack, good pass. Lower the jack, you say, oh! You don't get anything for a pair. Look at that. I'm sorry about that. That's it. That's it. Come round here. Sorry to lose you. We really are. But there's your nice basket full of goodies and everything, and thank you for being with us. John will take care of you and we'll have a little drink after.
you very much.
OK? Well, thank you for being with us. You've been a lovely couple. John and Anne, come on. Oh, yes. There we are. Bad luck, bad luck. Well, don't touch the deck. We'll be back in a second.
Who's that?